Alright, so we're right back into another pretty quick video. It may or may not be quick. I really wanted to take the time to go through what just happened, or at least all of the Orlando deck lists, all of the top 32 that was just released by PPG. But beforehand, or before that, you might be wondering, what the hell is this? I did a random, very random pick for the Discord. So I went ahead and put a giveaway for a free starter deck in the Discord. So these are all the names who actually participated and reacted to it. And today is the day. Today is Sunday, or at least should be released by then. And if anything, I'm gonna go ahead and spit it now. Wow, okay, there you go. This is a ghetto ass thing. And Mr. Ultra Instinct Broly, my man. If there wasn't, did I spell your name right? Instinct Broly, yeah, okay. That's a pretty cool name, actually. I know you're always in the Discord, so thank you. And if anything, like I said, shout out to all the people who are in the Discord and who have participated and always been in there and driving the community and all of the conversation. So the link for the Discord is always in the description. If I don't have it in there, let me know in the comment. But definitely join us. Post your deck list. I'll post mine. We'll always give feedback and have some stupid conversations in the meantime. Ultra Instinct Broly, hit me up. Now into the main event. So Orlando just finished, and it seemed like a grueling kind of long day for a lot of people. And today, as of the posting of this, or as I post this, the next day for Orlando, or the 2K, whatever it is for PPG, is going on right now, or going to be going on. And the first day for Orlando just passed, and this is all of the deck, or all of the decks in that competition for the top 32. So a couple of things. So I got this list from PPG, from their Facebook group, as far as their ARG, or their mini series or whatever. I don't know. I'll post a link in the description. I'll also post a link to download the deck list as well. I highly recommend to go join them, because all their future stuff and their announcements and everything else like that is going to be there too. So definitely go support them. But in the meantime, a quick breakdown. So your Orlando champion is Dylan. I'm sure that's how you say his name. I'm pretty like it's nothing crazy, right? And it's gonna be Trunks, and it's gonna be the 1-2 swap, or / Storm, or blue yellow, whatever you want to call it. This is not too surprising, considering a few different things, but I'm gonna go through that in a second. The second place is gonna be Pan, which is blue red. Not surprising there too. I mean, she's still a very strong build. I personally played it for my store championship and got second overall, and 6 in Swiss, and you know, it's just that type of thing, you know. But if anything, there's a lot of things to kind of consider, and one of those things is that the top 32 in itself is pretty diverse. So if we had to break it down, we had 6 Pan. I do believe they were all blue-red. We had 5 Hirudegan, going from top to bottom anyway, and 2 of them were red-blue. 3 of them were blue-yellow. We had 3 Trunks, with 1 being the first place. I believe all of them were blue-yellow. 3 Hercule, 3 Krillin. I was gonna say Trillin. 3 Krillin. Shout out to D-Free. 3 Golden Frieza. Yeah, 3 Golden Frieza. 3 androids. Shout out to them. 2 baby Vegeta baby. 1 Galactic Frieza. Shout out to Marcel. Did a really good job. That's an awesome build. 1 announcer and 1 Mira. Wow, in the top 32. Okay, well, technically androids, I guess. Cell chain androids, whatever, right? And again, we're gonna go through all of them, but the first thing here is that when I made the leader tier video, I feel like this is pretty close to it, right? I feel like you know, him being in quote unquote you can't see me, Z tier is pretty accurate. Like, he just took Orlando. Like, right now he is a very good leader for that. And the guy in the street, man, I forget his name, the co-host for Dusty, I forgot his name, said something pretty important, and that was that you can take any of these top decks, or a really good deck, or build a really good deck, and when it comes down to it, the meta right now kind of comes down to matchups and how you play against them. And if you don't get a favorable matchup, if you don't see what you need to see, if you look to your left, you look to your right, and that guy has a favorable matchup but the other guy doesn't, and you looking in front of you and you have a favorable matchup, or you do, it's just how it goes. And it comes down to the pilot, and it comes down to how you guys draw and everything else of that nature. So I think that's very important when considering these things. Like, if you don't see your favorite deck, or if you don't see something that you thought was gonna top this, it's not that surprising. Maybe they just went 2 or 3, and if you didn't notice, the last couple the last couple of regionals had Universe 7 Frieza, right? The last couple of regionals had Hercule. Yes, he's in the list of the top 32, top 16, but we've all kind of adapted and understood, you know, what to expect. And Pan is kind of a good answer for that. So anyway, Trunks, again, still a really good leader. The thing about this is that he has the whole swap sort of package here. The 2 adoptive Son Gohan is interesting. 4 Bardock's is pretty standard. 3 Videl, which makes sense, so that way you can keep buffing your Gotens and go into attacking. And the other thing that people are now mainboarding is this dependable Dynasty Son Goku. If I can bring it up, if editing me brings it up, as far as the explanation and what he does is just literally a two energy swap target. And this really helps in bringing the pressure instead of buffing your either Bardock or Goten into 15. And with the lack of legendary flute, you don't really have too many 2-drop targets. And Goku is a very good, like, vanilla beater, basically. Like, him being a 2-drop 15k, which you can still beef up with whatchamacallit, Videl, is still really good. And I mean, that's just really good. There's nothing I can really say. So 3 E Supreme Kai, so that one is basically the Champa. That's a pretty good number. I mean, 3 is an interesting number. You might see it a little bit much if you probably talk to him. Maybe you'd be saying go down to 2. I don't know. I mean, to put the pressure on and make sure you got your win con, which is going to be Mirror Creator, and as well as putting all the pressure for everybody else back here, and as well as Scientist Fu. I can understand that. I can still understand that. 4 Successor Hope is pretty standard. I'm kind of jumping around, I know. 1 Legendary Flute, the one of, always clutch. And Light Supreme Kai is really the main sort of tech here that is kind of different, other than the 2-drop Goku. Those 2 are pretty interesting. You know, so again, I already explained the kind of 2-drop vanilla, and then the E Supreme Kai Light's Guide sort of puts the pressure on giving yourself a 5k to your leader and draw, and then as well as giving yourself just more leeway and more options. So that versus Time Patrol Trunks and the other top 3 or whatever it may be, like, that gives you a lot of value, especially with the synergy of the deck, and it looks like it worked out pretty well. Other than that, my comments, I would say don't, you know, side out battering. I would definitely mainboard that with this type of deck. 2 Unbreakable, that could be where you kind of need it. You kind of draw as much as you can, or as much as you need to, but I can understand the thought process as far as that goes, where you could actually just keep defensive or be defensive. 2 Crusher Ball is actually a pretty good deck. 2 Time Ruling Toa, interesting. Maybe for the mirror match? I don't know. It's the one that steals 3 or less or 2 or less, I forget. Dimensional Banisher Fu is pretty standard. I'm very surprised not to see Haru Haru, which I'm guessing because you barely ever get to 3 energy, and when you do, you're doing a lot of other stuff. Haru Haru is not really that important. So that I can understand that. Time control Chronoa, which is a very important thing. So if you're going in game with one of your battle cards, which you're going to be doing like Mira, you don't want to get Shigasuke Goku or something else. 1 more Flying Nimbus, which you are maining 3, which is good. And then 1 Clan of Terror Mecha Frieza. I didn't really see that ever really being in there, but oh well. And I think there's 2 in the main board and 2 in the side. That's not a bad ratio. Overall, really good deck. Interestingly built, and built for the modern Storm /1/2 swap. Yeah, good job. Pan. So this is pretty standard. If you didn't check out the 5th place Vegas profile by John, go check that out. I mean, I think this is pretty similar to that. Digging deep, that's a very good change as far as that. 4 for seeing it. Definitely, I don't know if I really wanted to see that many. There's 2 or 1 Feather Span and 2 in the main board. I think that really helped against the Universe 7 Frieza matchups and a lot of different other matchups where you can just go aggro and go wide. So that's good. Unbreakables, I still don't agree with it, but he made it work, so that's cool. 4 Zenos. My man is crazy. My man is wild, but it worked. My man's wild. Okay, whatever, dude. But I mean, it's good. It's good for blue energy, and I saw him charge quite a lot as far as that, so that's cool. 2 Bodyguard Logic. I don't think there's really anything else that I would say that is completely different. You know, the Glory Obsessed Prince Vegeta, especially going against Barrier or like Blue-Green Soul Striker, which by the way is not in this list. Like there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of different sort of, and that could be the climate of the East Coast. Like West Coast is a lot different as far as aggro in different decks, but maybe the East Coast just don't have too many Soul Striker. Anyway, 3 Unending for the Storm matchup, which kind of helped but didn't really, I guess. Planet M2 in the side, interesting. Kefla, very interesting. Maybe ones that are for games that go kind of long. And again, no Haruharu. Interesting. Y'all are wild not having her. Man, Haruharu with Chain Attack and as well as Foreseeing Hit. A really good combo. All right, moving on. So Pan, just going through this, pretty similar build. I don't think there's really anything too different, honestly. This guy had 2 E Supreme Kai and 3 Burst Attack Gohan. Yeah, he did 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did as well. So pretty standard. There's not really much of a difference as far as this. Maybe they had the same deck, and look at them. They are at what, 2nd place and 3rd place. So there you go. This is Hercule. So there's nothing too different about this either. You know, the future martial artist Son Goku with Bad Ring in the side. This is very similar to the 1st place Hercule deck that took. I completely forgot, AC, I think. Yeah, really not that different. There's the main board for Time Control Cronoa. There's 2 Massane instead of 1. Mira, Fu, and Demigre are all 1-ofs. Crusher Ball in the side, very cool. Bad Ring in the side, very cool. Unyielding Defender, so most likely for the Universe 7 matchup. Minus Killing Zone for Crusher Ball and Black Hole Bloodlust, so that's good. And then 3 Mafuba, which is quite a lot. And then Haruharu, there you go. My man knows. So let's zoom in. Wow, look at that go. So this is basically blue-yellow Trunks. There's not really much to say. I think this is for my supporter Hope, so cool. When you do that, you have a lot less aggro effect. So you're netting cards into a free blocker, which you can place on the field, which could be easily Planet M2'd or removed by Baby Vegeta or something like that. Which I can understand if you're running 2 of, that's no problem. But 4, you're gonna be running into a lot, which you can combo, which is okay in order to draw. You can extend, which is a little bit better in blue-red in my opinion. But the Supreme Kai Lights Guide is still there. Mirror Creator is still there. This guy is not mainboarding. Bad Ring Laser, there is one of Crusher Ball. I would definitely side that instead. 1 of Dimension Banisher Fu. Okay, let's go and move on. Pan ready to fight, so quite standard. I don't see anything crazy about this at all. Cost Vegeta, that's good tech. I don't know how much. I mean, you can be very defensive early on in Pan, and then ending up on 4 energy, 2 blue somehow, especially if you keep drawing into Zeno, and then 6 life, you can go ahead and just take 2, awaken, do it that way, or if you have 5 energy, pop something, get triple strike. Not a bad idea. 1 Mafuba in the main board. Interesting. So I think this guy has 1, 2, let's say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blue. Can you reliably get 2 blue? Maybe later in the game, I don't know. Two Saiyan Kaba, interesting. Cool. I mean, I would main board Kaba. It's like I would rather just commit to it instead of just saving it for later, because it's just like, do you want to go aggro, I guess? Because the sideboard looks a little bit like getting answers with the one Cronoa, by the way. Answers in Haru Haru, answers in Unyielding, answers in making sure you have more blockers, answers in removing big board or big guys, answers in making board clear with the Mass Saiyan. I don't know. I think the Saiyan Kaba is kind of random there. 7th. So this is the one I kind of wanted to see. So Marcel with the Galactic Frieza. I am making my own. Shout out to Chuckabro. Like, go talk to Chuckabro in the Discord if you want to learn more about Galactic Frieza right now. But I'm making my own to compete in the ARG states as of like a couple days ago, and then I was like, oh, Galactic, maybe I can see what's up. Because I'm using the Grandpas, and this man is using Chaozu Krillin, which is very cool. The promo Goku for the championship pack should guest target. As soon as I saw that, I was like, he's a Shigesh target for 30k. I don't know if anybody's gonna hardcast it, and this man did. So that's pretty cool. Mass Saiyan, Creative Zord, which all these are pretty much winning cons anyway. Like, the whole deck is a win con. But very interestingly built. Like, it's a very like aggro. I wouldn't say aggro, but like a lot of good pressure. You know, like the two of super combos. The Tough Enough Chaozu and Krillin, which you can restand for both of them. This guy gets 25, 20 critical, and this guy gets 15 on the time that you do play the Krillin, and then you can attack with 15, then restand him. This guy's a 30,000 attacker for Shigesh for free. This guy can board clear. I mean, the overwhelm doesn't really matter. Two Champa. All this really makes sense. And then the Bardock for a quick self-awakening, so you can restand too. All this is really good. 4-color Bloodlust. I'm always in between and doing 3 or 4. I can see the 4. 3 Fighting Nimbus, 2 Battering Laser, which really did come in handy, in which he had, you know, like in watching the stream, it always seemed like he had more than 2 Battering. Like, I feel like he had Battering like every time that he needed it, but apparently not. And then 3 Successor Hope makes sense. 1 Son Goku, which is the champ. I would side these out. I mean, if you need to, if you need some room. Fu Stratton and Mystery, Scientist Fu, which is interesting that he sided it out, but makes sense because you do draw quite a lot with Scrambling, and Haru Haru. Yeah, cool. 2 Fu. Interesting. These Stratted. Very cool deck. If you haven't watched it on stream, I'm sure it's gonna be on YouTube. Pan, pretty much the same. Let's just run through these. I'm sorry. Like going through these is pretty much the same. Like, there's not really the triple flash. There you go. For Fearless Pan, is this mono red? Oh, it is mono red. Inside and out blue. Okay, that makes sense. That's pretty cool. And I think that was Travis who was on stream quite a bit. Stormfist Krillin, which this is a blue red, which main boards Frost. That's interesting. Pickable Super Saiyan Kaba, which is a legit card, especially to end games. Vegito, you know, that's interesting. So like, this is like a very back and forth sort of like mid-range aggro deck with 3 objection. I'm thinking more mid-range. That's interesting. 2 of the Unyielding Defender East Supreme Kai, which makes sense. Like, that's getting more and more play and more sided in because of Universe 7 Frieza. That's just an answer, like another answer. Just know that if you do have a battery blocker, it can easily be Crusher Ball, so watch out for that. 2 Raging Spirits Son Gohan, which is interesting. I would be mainboarding that if you're trying to go more mid-range, but I can see the reasoning. Moving on, Android 1718. Love it. Always love to see these guys in the top guys, and I think this is Mr. Butterworth. Butters, if you're watching this, shout out to you. Combo Killer and Elaza, so that's interesting. But getting more and more play. These two are very interesting in the main board, the Jacko and the Zarbon. I don't know how much that actually got play, but I can see the reasoning why. So like Jacko can save games and save lives. Zarbon can restand your 17 attacker, if I can remember that correctly. 3 Dark Temptation Toa over Mira, which, you know, it's really preference. I mean, just for more pressure, it's okay. You have to make sure you have 3 in the drop before using her, so that way you can actually utilize it against the leader, or else you're gonna be swinging and then comboing and then trying to use the Toa. 2/2 for the full power and speedy surprise attack. Hopefully that was enough. You know, that's all I can really say about that. 2 hidden power Supreme Kai, so basically Champas. I don't know what this is. The aandroidd 20, I think. Martial Artist TN, so against like the Universe 7 Frieza matchups yet again. So everybody kind of has an answer for it. 2 minus Killy Zone, which makes sense against yellow leaders. Cold Bloodlust, etc. 2 Massane against Storm, Scientist Fu, and Cronoa. So all that kind of makes sense. Pass down smiley face. This guy is Eric. Very popular guy, I feel like. And Vegeta Baby. So if you're looking for a Vegeta Baby list, this is probably where to get it. I think he did pretty well. I think he got 11th. He most likely went X1, X2. This is very cool in using the Videls on baby leaders, or the Awaken leader effect, in which you have to minus 10k from one of your guys, so you can use her as a counter the next turn and go ahead and minus on your guy and then 2 of theirs. Very cool tech for seeing hit at 4. Hey, that's cool. 2 lightning fast hit. The man is wild. That makes a lot more sense. Unbreakable Goku, looking good. This is all looking like mono red, which is good. Mono red is still in a pretty good place. Even going to set 5, still pretty good. I don't see anything I wouldn't play for Supreme Kai Light's Guide. That thing is getting so much play. It's great. Glad more and more people are seeing the use of it for time control. Cronoa, so no Shigesh for people in that main board. No Zeno, by the way. Zeno was sideboarded out with 4 Haru Harus, so just play like 3 or 4 of them in a row. Vow Revenge in the side I agree with. 1 Platinum 2 I agree with, even though 2 of them isn't in the main board. And the 3 Banisher Few. Oh, you wild boy. Savers of this deck, by the way, is the Glory Obsessed and as well as the Chain Attack. Both of them can attack in active mode and can save baby's ass against barrier. Definitely. So this one is interesting. Okay, I did not see this one. Maybe I probably skipped over. So this one is another one. It's a mono blue Hirudegan. Whoa, my man, it's wild. So 4 Raging Superior Son Goku or Gohan, which you have 2 set-on buttons. It makes a lot of sense. 4 Flame Cannons. Boy, you wild. 3 of them being Pans. 4 Unbreakables makes sense. 4 Time Control Cronoa. 4 Majin Buu. This is looking like an interesting mono blue build. A lot of good blue cards, that's for sure. 2 Mafuba. 3 at all costs, makes sense. Good finisher. Dimension Banisher few, 2 of them, and then 2 mass. Okay, I see you, boy. This is the side, looks like. So 2 Whis in the side, and then no Whis in the main board. Am I looking at that right? The man has no Whis in the main board. I guess the combos and building the board and using Unbreakable, Phantom Flame Cannon makes a lot of sense. 3 Objection for the energy ramp makes sense. 2 Sinuses Few. I mean, personally, I would probably pick one of these. You know, just do 2 Scientists and 1 Banisher, or 2 Scientists, 1 Mass. Makes a little bit more sense. 1 Vegito when you have 3. Still works. Okay. Unyielding Supreme Kai again for the Universe 7. 1 more at all costs, 1 more button. Cool. So Pan, another Pan. Nothing crazy here, nothing crazy. No wild stuff here. 3 Zeno, 4 Chain Attack. That's what I do. 2 fam. 2 for seeing hit. You wild, don't do that. 3 or 4. That's always and forever. Another blue yellow, I do believe. Huracan. Yeah, nothing crazy, nothing wild, nothing spicy, I would say. Got that dependable Dynasty again. The choice of card for 2-swap, etc, etc. Also, I know that people are looking for that Gotenks. I didn't see in this list, so he must have not gotten top 32. As he went into the top, he was undefeated for like 4 rounds, I think, and then as he went into the top tables, I guess he just got overwhelmed by these top decks, I guess. Blue yellow, is it? Yeah, blue yellow. Yeah, blue yellow with the Bardock Will of Iron. It takes an extra energy, which is probably one of the reasons why people don't play it as much. I would side it out if you really need to. 2 Crusher, 2 Mass, 4 Haru Haru. You guys are wild. 2 Desperate Onslaught Bardock. I see. This is missing in the higher decks, which is interesting. Pass down. Okay, James Campbell. This guy had the Announcer deck. I don't know too much about Announcer. I played it a few times, played against it a lot. But this looks pretty on it. Like, you have every single utility that you need. So these guys for draw, these guys for counter, this guy for counter. Wait, Master Roshi. Oh, these guys for draw. Awkward Situation for removal. These guys for removal in pressure mid game. These guys for late game for pressure. The Secret for pressure and ending game. 4 of the martial artist Son Goku. So that way you need it for Flying Nimbus in the clutch, Battering Laser in the clutch. So makes a lot of sense. 4 Sensu in the side, which might be concerning, but you don't really have too much blue. So when you don't have too much blue, that's kind of what you need to consider when trying to run Sensu in Announcer. Well, I mean, you do have Test of Strength, I know, but that's really about it. And Trunks. Okay, maybe you do have a lot of blue. Maybe you should main board Sensu. I mean, it's not that big a deal. I don't think Announcer inherently needs Sensu Beam, but it is pretty good instead. Like, I would, it's fine. Like, you have a lot of yellow targets for these guys, and then you have a lot of, I would find room for Sensu. Yeah, I don't know. Someone who plays Announcer, tell me in the comments. Tony himself. Okay. Tony Rodriguez. Seen that name before. This guy's apparently ready to fight for Unending instead of the Whis and etc. This is not blue yellow or blue red, I don't believe. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It looks like mono red, which I mean I prefer mono red. It's just that blue red gives more favorable matchups to a lot of different things. 4 Glory Obsess. 2 for Seeing Hint. Need that 3, man. 2 Time Patrol Trunks, not the Kai. See, that's why. I don't know, I can't really say that much. 2 the E Supreme Kai, which makes sense for Kampa for the second game. Nothing else except for Jiro or Guru. More and more of those popping up. I can't really read this, but it looks like blue yellow. And yeah, looks like blue yellow. 4 of the dependable Dynasty Son Goku. Boy, you wild too. And Bardock Progenitor. I can finally say that right, by the way. Huracan. What is this? Bardock, blue yellow. Yep. A lot of interesting ratios. 2 Videls, 2 of Dr. Son Gohan, Master Roshi Forge of Will. A lot more answers on the defense. I can see that much. Inner Darkness, Minosha. You didn't really see that in the other Huracan decks, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, this is good to deck thin, but when you need to draw something important, you don't really want to see that, which is another reason why. Well, I wouldn't say another reason why, but I mean, there's 2 different playstyles for Trunks and Huracan, but you know, that's another thing. A lot of different extra cards, like Sensu Bean. Like Sensu Bean might not be the best thing in this. I don't know. It's really, if we look at the, yeah, I mean, it's fine, I guess. yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's just the ratios. That's all it is. Stormfist Krillin. I think this one was blue-red. Yeah, blue-red. 2 control Konoha in the main. My God, this handwriting. 3 Vegito, Zeno. Okay, 2 lightning fast hit in the side. They never see it coming. And then 3 for seeing hit. Okay, 2 minus Killy Zone. Okay, good for Colbolus, which is getting a little bit more prevalence here. And Frost makes sense. Okay, Mira, Dark Warrior, Mira. Okay, so this guy they got 21st, most likely X2. So okay, so Toa. So the 1-drop Toa, it looks like. These are all like I just don't know. I have to look it up afterwards. Dark Absorption, Mira. So yeah, he looks like he's looking like he's doing Cell Chain and a Mirror Chain. Mirror Create Absorb, 3 of them. Yep. Maxian, Dimension Banisher Few, Scientist Few, Supreme Kai, the Super Combo, Eva's Inventor for searching, which is pretty much all of the deck, which you kind of need in this. And then just the Cell Chain with the Vow Replication itself. And then 6. So I'm guessing, you know, you Cell Chain and then you go into the Mira and then end the game after you drop 3 more. So that's good. 2 Dark Kamehameha, 2 Speedy Surprise Attacks. So that way you have 4, or switch it out for 2 full power energy. That's the wrong spot. Bardock to end the games with blockers. Relentless Destruction Mira. I mean, he was in there, right? Huh. Oh, he's not in there. Okay, interesting. Well, I guess because you drop him. I don't know. I gotta see I had never seen this build, but I can see what makes sense about it. There you go. Hercule. So pretty standard Hercule, I want to say, with a Demigra package. Still in it. Still really good deck. Sort of like 1-2 swap. Like everybody started playing Hercule to answer that, and now everybody's starting to play 1-2 swap to answer Frieza. And people might be sleeping on Hercule in a couple major events from now. Another Hercule, so another one that's pretty standard. Don't really see anything too crazy, too spicy. 1 of for all the black cards. 4 Zeno button, minus Killy Zone on the side with Crusher Ball, Bad Ring. Hey, Manicomb, shout out to 3XG Pro. Deductions, got 25th, still up in the top. Hey, did really well. It's just, you know, going against blue yellow. I think that I said in the Discord is 70-30, like blue yellow versus blue red. Very much of a 70-30 against blue red, and I think that's exactly what happened on stream, and most likely in the top tables if we ran into him. But this looks like a really good build with triple flash, 3 triple flash in the main. 4 intensifying power, etc. 4 Pantai Goku, combination attack Pan. Pretty cool. I mean, it makes sense to have it in Rudigan on the unawakened side, making sure to drop 1 battle card, which all of them are battle cards except for Whis. And then just ending games with triple flash. It's just really good. You know, there's nothing I can really say about it. You know, blue red, still pretty cool. 3 for seeing hit. You know. 1 for seeing hit, 2 Mass Sand, 3 Zeno in the side. Makes sense because you don't really clear board and give away all your pieces. 3 Haruharu, 2 Mafuba, 4 Chain Attack Trunks. So the whole Chain Attack Trunks slash Zeno package was out, which is interesting because you can. Well, let me see. Breakable. Oh, Determined Super Saiyan, there it is. You can chain attack him out, so interesting. Maybe it was just the thought of like having chain attack trunks the whole time. I don't know, that just might be it. Frieza, so this is green, maybe? Yeah, green, yellow, golden Frieza. I really want to say that, yeah. So if you haven't seen the lemon lime one, I think it's on Super Players. Go check that out. This is pretty similar to that. Really cool deck. And once it gets going and gets everything set up, it's really good. And that's why, like, the difference between this and let's say blue-green Soul Striker or something like that is that you have Cold Bloodlust. So if someone wanted to Zeno or try to remove something or whatever, it's really good to just Cold Bloodlust that, so that way you can prevent that removal or Zeno or whatever. 2 Crusher Ball on the side, I would main that. Simply because, like, if you're going against like a pan that has Glory Obsessed that goes against your Analaza slash Piccolo or whatever that's barrier, you can just Crusher Ball that and just stop that. It's the best thing ever. But looks good. Looks good. You have the package for Frieza. You have the package for green. I don't see anything outside of the norm, and with that Gotense, still really good. John, this is not a quick video, by the way. This whoa. I haven't done this on the channel, so you know. Frieza, Golden Frieza. This one is blue yellow. Okay, blue yellow with the Majin Buu. Master Roshi, ready to fight Son Goku. Oh, I see where you're going with this. Oh, this is Universe 7 Frieza. I was like, wait a second, this is Golden Frieza. Okay. Okay, there's one Universe 7 Frieza. My bad. Hopefully I can change that. I thought like Golden Frieza was Golden Frieza. Anyway, so this one looks about right. The last one standing is really good. Very much of a Universe 7 slept on card. Maybe not slept on, but definitely because he's 5 energy, he's a little much. But in Frieza, he makes a lot of sense. 4 objection, that's a lot, but I can see the reasoning for a lot of different aggro decks. Just getting where you need to be. And then I believe the Friezas, yeah, Cold Strike, Cold Strike, Cold-Hearted Strike, and the Emperor Universe 7 Frieza are in the main board. Destructive Occupation, where you rest mode it in combo or after combo. 2 burst attack Gohan, most likely for Cell Chain. 2 battering laser. Weirdly enough, he's not mainboarding that, which you kind of need to, but he doesn't have the secret in it, or in this build, which is the most one of the reasons why he most likely is not. So makes a lot of sense. The win con for this is most likely Vegeta, Last One Standing, and Frieza. Huh, cool. I like the no Victory Strike thing, because it makes it like people are expecting Victory Strike and play around it, but when you get the Frieza out, they're like, oh, I guess that's the thing. But the game 2, they know it, and you got to be careful. Another Android player, which is good. Dark Temptation Toa, 4 of the Android 16 combos. Thank you. I mean, you're down here, but thank you for playing that. 1 viable application, 3 limitless. You gotta, you need 4 of that bad boy right there. 4 of the Bardock Progenitor. Oh, I just noticed it's green yellow. Okay, this is why we go through decks. Okay, 3 full power. I don't think yeah, Flying Nimbus is the main negate, so switching to aggro most likely has full power in it. I mean, either one will work. And then 1 battery laser, which hopefully you'll have enough in your hand to actually use it. I mean, this was played in AC, maybe the one before that. It's been so many regionals. Green yellow. This one is the, I got it wrong again. God damn it. Hopefully in editing I'm gonna get that right. So this is another Universe 7 Frieza. Neil. This one is playing the Awakened Power, so he is playing Victory Strike or L Strike, Shadow's Drill, with a lot of 2-ofs, which makes sense. The leader draws a ton most of the time, and Time Patrol Trunks helps that. Scientist Fu helps that. No Last One Standing because of those 2. And main boarding the Focus Mind Piccolo. Interesting. Most likely thinking that he was going to see more Universe 7. Cool. 1 burst attack Gohan in the side, which he had 2 in the main. Baby Vegeta, baby. Getting to that now, to the end of the list. Kefla, whoa. Mind control Bobbity, whoa, that's why. Whoa. Too bad this guy didn't get or much higher than this. That's a bummer. Baby Vegeta Unleashed. So running the baby package with Bobbity. For Unending, for Revenge Death Ball, Strong Ass Guard, 3 Fearless Pan, Mono Red all day. Zeno and Chintek is in the main? Yes, it is. With Zeno on the side? Makes sense. 2 Burst Attack, 2 Glory Obsessed, which he had 2 in the main. Probably need to put that to 4, honestly, to make sure you deal with it and see it, or deal with things and see that card. 3 Haru Haru makes sense. 1 Size Fu makes sense. 3 Baby Subdual. Okay. Under 17-18, down here in the 31st. You'll have your time in set 5, I'm sure. just other decks are gonna be better. This one looks like mono green. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. 3 limitless. Guys, 4 of. 3 Destin Krillin, the free blocker, 4 Temptation Doa. Bet money that you saw that too much, but it's okay because sometimes you can play around that. Maybe it worked out a little bit better than I think. 1 vial application, probably should be the main. 4 Cowway, boy, wild. 3 Android 14, I guess for removal, extra removal, limitless. There's the 4th. 2 Energy Guard, which he had 2, so 6. Oh no! Oh wow, you have a lot. Okay. So you had 6 18s, and then what? 6, 8, 17s. Makes sense. I'm just looking at the whole list. Okay, all right, well, cool. And another Krillin. I think this is the last one. So this one is the mono blue with the quick dodge Son Goten. Interesting. The Piccolo the strategist. Staple mono blue. Vegito, which makes sense. Raging would make sense. Banisher makes sense. Dragonfist makes sense. 3 of. Oof. Wait, what? Well, Raging Blast Son Goten. Oh, okay. So there's the Raging Son Gohan, the Freehan, and then Raging Energy Blast Goten, which makes sense for the Unyielding Spirit Trunks and the Quick Dodge Goten. So that way you can get both of them. Didn't know you can get those after swinging, activate main, send in a drop, and then get a Goten and Gotens. Goten and Trunks, that is. Haruharu, ooh, 1 Bergamo. Didn't have it in the main. Probably never cited it in. 1 Father-Son Galick Gun. Whoa. Whoa, this man's wild. Okay, that's it. That's enough. That was a long thing. I didn't mean to talk that much, but hopefully this gives you a little insight of at least my thoughts. I'm really interested in hearing yours. Let me know. Again, check it out in the description below as far as the whole deck list. Onward and upward to Nats, which is in a few weeks or a couple weeks. Good luck to everybody. I will be posting quite a lot of deck profiles for set 5, but before then it's going to be a few before set 5 as far as things you can kind of consider. And that is it. I will see you in the next one. Subscribe if you are new, like, dislike, comment. Later.